Alright guys, so it's cocktail time, and it's winter cocktail time, and it's that time of the year where you want something fresh but festive all at the same time. So I'm going to show you guys how to make what I call the ruby red sunrise. So what I'm going to start off with first is getting the glass prepared. So this right here is some sugar. This is grapefruit zest that we zest from one of our grapefruits here. We're going to go ahead and get that rim added onto this. So generally speaking, you can use some type of corn syrup or honey if you want. What I'm going to do is just keep it real simple. I'm just going to use some grapefruit juice. Got some grapefruit juice here that I juiced that we're going to use for the drink, but we're going to use this to rim it first. So I'm just going to dip it in there. Make sure you try to get some of the zest onto the rim if you can. So that's a good rim on there. You see it does have some of the zest on it. Alright, so next step here, I'm going to put this over to the side. Get that out of your way. We're going to go ahead and put some grapefruit into the beverage here, because this is going to be part of the decoration for the drink itself. So we want to get that pushed against the glass here, and the easiest way to try to get that done is using the ice that we're going to chill the beverage with. So you're just going to pour some of that ice. We got crushed ice that we're going to use for that. Just going to pour some crushed ice into that there, and that should get everything pressed against that really nicely. You want to kind of go over the top, because once you put the drink into it, it is going to melt the ice there. So now that we got the glass all nice and pretty, we're going to set this off to the side here. We're going to go ahead and start our mix. So the good thing about this drink is you can do it with any liquor, and as you see, we have an array of different spirits. But what we're going to use today, I think what would be best is vodka. So we're going to use Kettle One vodka here today. We're going to use this because this is Brittany's favorite vodka. I actually like it too. My mother's a great goose woman herself, but we're going to use this because this is what we drink in our household. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of ice. We're going to use this tin here for mixing today, because the drinks, instead of being shaken here, we're going to go ahead and stir them today. We do have our shaker, but we're going to stir our drinks today. So we're going to get a little bit of ice in this here for us. Nice and cold there. Alright, so got a little bit of grapefruit juice, vodka. We're going to use a little bit of grenadine, because the recipe does call for a little bit of pomegranate syrup. That's all grenadine is, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get this mix started. You can use as much vodka as you want, but we're going to keep it very cordial as far as sticking to what typical recipes ask for. So probably about 1.25 to 2 ounces at most of vodka, but this is 1.25 that I'm going to be mixing here. Pour it right into your tin. I am going to use a bit of triple sec here. This is just a bit of orange liqueur. I am going to use a little of that, as a little bit of this. It just gives it a little extra citrus flavor. We're going to use about a ½ ounce of this right here. Again, just to give it a little extra citrus oomph. We're going to go ahead and add about about 0.5 ounce of grapefruit juice. Add that into there. And then with the grenadine, it is more so just for flavor more than anything, but we are going to use it, well, I'm sorry, it's more for color more than anything, but we are going to let it provide a little bit of flavor as well here today. So we're going to get a ½ ounce of grenadine. Now you want to get the best grenadine you can get, so we got this one here. I'm not necessarily saying that this one would be the best one here, but you don't want to get something like just like some regular syrup. And the reason why is because you want it to have a pomegranate taste and not like a syrupy or a cherry taste, so you can actually get the true essence of what it is supposed to be. Okay, so again, we are stirring today, so I'm going to use my mixing spoon here today. We're We're gonna stir. Sometimes you can shake with the shaker, or we're just gonna stir to keep it simple. So once you get all that in there, this is gonna look like that. It's very simple. Move that over to the side. Get your strainer. We got everything at this house, so we got a little bit of everything. I do this too. Bring your drink back. You bring your glass back with its decorations and everything. You just pour that over the ice with the strainer. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to really get fancy there on it, what you can do is you can just add a little bit of sprig of rosemary. If you can get you a nice little pretty stalk. And just add that to the back end of it, like so. And there's your drink. Alrighty, so our next drink is going to be called the Winter Sun. And this one we're going to use a little bit of fancy ice on it here. And as I always say, you want to start with your glass first, getting that prepared in order before you start doing your drink. So we're going to go ahead and get our glass started. I was thinking about using a martini glass, but then I changed my mind. But we are going to use a martini glass for a drink later. But we're going to start this one with this. Now again, with this drink you can do any type of liquor you like. Today I'm going to keep it simple. I was thinking about using vodka again, maybe even rum, but citrus and tequila goes very well together, and this is a citrusy drink. So we're going to use our Hornitos. Hornitos Responsibly tequila here today. The good stuff. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and crack this open. Give me a real quick second. I'm trying to make it quick and easy. So with the fancy ice here, we're just going to use 2 quick cubes of fancy ice. Since it's square, it stands up, which is alright with me. The only real garnish that you're going to need for this, you could do a sugar rim on this if you like. I think I'm going to pass on the sugar rim on this one. This is my sugar and orange zest. I'm going to pass on that with this here today. I'm just going to use some rosemary here. And that's an after drink finish or whatever the case is. So we got the glass prepared. We're going to use our tin again here today. And our mixing spoon. This one's going to call for, again, the Hornitos vodka, some sour. Just keep it regular with the normal bar sour. And some orange juice. So let's go ahead and build. So you can use just simple syrup and lemon juice too if you don't want to use sour. You can just use that, but we're going to use sour. Just keep it simple because we're doing a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and do the normal pour here. This is about 1 1/4 ounce. Go ahead and get that in there. And over to the side here. When it comes to the sour here, I'm actually going to do probably about 7.5. So I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce right here, and then another. I'm going to just break this down to like a 25 here, like so, a 1/2 of a 0.5. Get that in there. The drink also calls for Cointreau. I don't have Cointreau today, but we do have triple sec. That's all Cointreau is. So instead of making life difficult, we're just going to use what we got. Use 0.5 ounce of that. It's a very citrusy drink. I don't know why winter gives me citrusy vibes, but it does. Maybe cranberry, but this is a good brunch drink if you're tired of mimosas. Myself personally, I don't like mimosas, so you know, I would be really thinking I would get a better vessel for this here to pour. Get a 1/2 of that. Pour that in there. If you get a little chunk of orange in there, so be it. All right, so now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and stir. I use our bar strainer here. I just got a magical hand that comes out of nowhere to help out. We're just gonna pour this over the rocks. And just to give the glass a little something here, just gonna give it a little rosemary spread on that, and that's the drink. So, drink number 3, we're gonna go ahead and do a classic. Well, not necessarily a classic. This is my take on a Sling. I love gin. If anybody knows me, I love drinking gin, and the gin that we drink in this household is gunpowder. Small little story here. Someone at a spot that we go to told me about this gin. He was telling me how citrusy it is and how you can drink it straight up, which you can. It's very, very smooth where you can drink it straight up. So this is my new favorite gin. Now, if you got Hendrix or Bombay, that works just as well. Bombay Sapphire. We're also going to be using another one of my favorite liqueurs. This St. Elderflower liqueur. You can use St. Germain's. That's the better one of the two, but this is what we got here today. This is a more like floral, earthy vibe, but it gives a very refreshing vibe to your drinks here. This is kind of a take on, I used to work as a bartender at B-Dubs, so this is going to be kind of a take on a Sling that we did at B-Dubs. We're also going to be using a little bit of simple syrup, garnish with some cranberries just to give it that winter vibe. It's not necessarily going to have a cranberry taste. Unless you wanted to, you can do what you want, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get started here. I prefer to use crushed ice in this drink, but I think I will go with our cubed ice. Hopefully it gives me the effect that I wanted once I actually pour the drink into the glass. So fingers crossed on that. If not, you can set these in here the way you want. But let's go ahead and put our cubes in here. I wish I had a more narrow glass. I need to start investing in some drink glasses, babe. Just give me the desired effect I want, but we use what we got here, guys. So we put that off to the side here. We got some sliced cucumber that we're gonna stick in here. You can put those on the sides, in there wherever you want it to be. These are English cucumbers, small little English cucumbers. You can use big cucumbers if you want. We just had these around the house, so I'm using what I got. But you just put those in there. You can put some of these cranberries in there as well. It's gonna be like a freckle style drink, kinda. As the women would say, cute, or whatever the case is. If you can't get them where you want them to go, you can use a drink spoon and kind of put them where you need them to be. We're also going to be using some club soda in this drink as well to top it off, because it is a fizzy style drink. So let's go ahead and get our tin together. I got some quartered cucumbers here. We're going to muddle this because you want it to have that cucumber flavor inside here. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some ice cubes in our tin, because we like to stir things here, not shake them. Alright. Got the gin here. So 1.25, as we always use for all our drinks. Now if you are one of those people, I can't taste my liquor, that's fine. You can add as much as you like. Myself personally, a mixed drink purpose is so the actual alcohol doesn't be so present. The gin is a very strong drink in itself anyway, so be leery of that. With the St. Elderflower, you can use a ½ ounce of this. Simple syrup. Use another 1/2 ounce of this here. And a little bit of sour here. 1/2 ounce of sour. If you don't want to use sour, you could just use lemon juice. Because sour sometimes can change the color of your drink. So we'll go ahead and put that cucumber in there. We do have a muddler. I'm gonna muddle that down into this here so you can release some of those that water and the juice of the actual cucumber itself into the drink and infuse it. Go ahead and take your spoon. That's what you should have in the system at all times here, guys. So you're just gonna go ahead and pour this in. So it is floating, so it's doing the thing that I want it to do. So once you get it to where the drink ends, you can fill the rest of it up with some club soda. Make sure it's nice and fizzy. And you can add rosemary to this one if you want to garnish it. You can garnish it with a lime, or you can just leave it as is. And this is my winter sling. So this next drink is just gonna be an old fashioned. This is pretty basic when it comes to drinks. This is a classic and it's very wintry. So I don't have any sugar cubes because where do you find sugar cubes at, I guess, these days? I'm pretty sure you can find it at the grocery store. No, hey, I ain't everybody didn't ask for all that now. So we're just gonna go ahead and toast some sugar because we do have a torch. Everybody ain't got that now. Hopefully this works because I didn't try it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just to caramelize the sugar and get it to sweat a little bit. And as you see, it's caramelizing. You can smell it. All right. So simple as that. We're gonna go ahead and use our Woodford Reserve whiskey here today. But as we always do, we're gonna start first by getting our glass prepared. This is my last square cube, so let's go for it. It ain't that big, so if you're trying to get a good chill on it, it's her fault. I said we needed a bigger ice maker, but whatever. She wanted to use the one that we already had, so it's all good. This is rye, but rye whiskey, it's all the same. Alrighty, so with this one here, you're gonna do 2 ounces. You're gonna do it in our mixing tin first. That's 1.25. And we come behind with 50. And then another quarter. You can do 3 ounces if you want, depending on how strong you want yours to be. Some people can't handle a super strong one anyway. But this drink is kind of critically acclaimed. So, got that in there. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with some orange bitters. Give it a couple dashes of that. We're using orange bitters because I don't have the regular bitters, 1. And then 2, the orange is gonna give it that festive taste there. And plus, old fashions have orange in it anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's get some ice in there so we can go ahead and get a chill on it. This one you definitely want to stir. You do not want to shake this drink. I'm gonna give stir it really, really good. Put that at the bottom. Incorporate it into it. Smells great. So with the bitters, you can go as many as you like. I usually do 3 or 4. I probably did 5 just for good measure, because I do like odd numbers. So you want to get your strainer out and over your ice. Just gonna go ahead and pour that. And that's usually how much it's gonna be there for you. And with that, you want to hit the rim with a little orange zest. Rub the rim with the aromas of the orange zest. I ain't have too much orange left, so we had to use what we could with the orange oils.
You remember that time in Vegas when they torched the
orange peel? Mm-hmm. And then also as another garnish here, we got some sugared cranberries. Cranberries. With a little bit of orange zest into them there. You just want to bam, you know what I'm saying? And that's the drink. Shout out to the Funny Bone for these glasses, or this glass anyway. So for the last drink here tonight, we're gonna go ahead and finish it off with a ladies' winter cocktail. This is gonna be a pomegranate grapefruit martini. So we got the martini glass right here. I already got the ice in my tin because I'm ready to go, y'all. So let's go ahead and get it going. We are gonna be using Kettle One. The ladies love, everyone loves Kettle One vodka. I mean, if you're a Ciroc person or a Grey Goose, you know, it is what it is, but only the real ones know about this. So let's go ahead and get it going here. As I always say, we start with our glass. The glass is gonna be just straight up. What you could do is you could chill it. So you can just throw this in the refrigerator, but since we're gonna shake it really, really vigorously, I'm just gonna pass on chilling it right now, so I'm just putting that off to the side. So we got the Kettle One vodka here, we got our shaker right here, and we got our ingredients that we're gonna use. Pomegranates, we got some grapefruit juice, and we're also gonna use some pomegranate syrup, aka real grenadine. As you see, the pomegranate is right there on the bottle. So this is legitimate here. I know what I'm talking about. So vodka, you want to use 1.5 ounce of vodka here. So this jigger is a 1.25 jigger. We're just gonna go ahead and fill her up with a little bit of action. So that's 1.5. I'm gonna go ahead and use a full ounce of grenadine or pomegranate syrup, whichever you have. So this is a 1.25 jigger, so you just want to use an ounce. I think that would be just about right. Just gonna go ahead and pour that in there. As far as grapefruit juice goes, I'm just gonna pour this on in there. That should be about 1.5 ounces. I'm gonna keep this off to the side here. We're gonna use 1 ounce of simple syrup. Pour that in there. That's just to give it a little bit of sweetness, because this drink is gonna be a little stronger. Martinis, if you're familiar with martinis, martinis are not a sweet drink. These are strong drinks here, guys. So we already got the ice in there. I'm gonna go ahead and that off there. This is a shaking drink, so you do need to shake it. Shake this drink. Y'all want to make sure you shake it until this starts getting really, really like ice cold. That way you know it's diluted properly. The water's gonna mix with it. Where the drink is gonna be mixed at a good consistency. So you see the frost coming on there. Woo, and my hand is freezing. Oh boy. So you're gonna go ahead and get your martini glass and your strainer. So go ahead and pour that on in there to the rim. And as far as the garnish goes, just gonna slide a grapefruit on top, like such. And put a couple of these pomegranate jewels in there. There you go, and that's the drink.